Hello everyone. This presentation is on Business Consultancy Project Portfolio Assessment for Spring 2022-2023, and the title of the presentation is on Actions on Monetary Policy from the UK Monetary Policy Committee before and after the pandemic, with specific focus on inflation forecast. And this is a dissertation submitted in partial fulfillment of the degree of MSc International Trade and Finance. Introduction. The main point of this study are the operations of the Monetary Policy Committee (MPC) of the Bank of England before, during and after the Covid-19 pandemic, with specific focus on inflation forecast. As a point to note, the Bank of England is the central bank of the United Kingdom, and its goals is to advance the welfare of the British people by preserving financial and monetary stability. The Bank of England Act of 1998 spells out the monetary policy's responsibilities and the law to defend economic strategy and price stability with a flexible framework for inflation targeting for a medium-term inflation rate of 2%. The objective of this project is to evaluate the effect of the Bank of England Monetary Policy Committee's decisions and operations before, during and after the pandemic, and how these decisions have influenced the economy of the United Kingdom so far. The methodology adopted were ORMs as online research methods. ORM were used throughout this research to gather data via the internet. Some government legislations, Bank of England publications, scholarly journals, technical documents, MPC minutes of meetings, some inflation info from the Monetary Policy Committees, remit letters, and some significant presentation and speeches made by the Bank of England staff and some members of the monetary policies actually made up the secondary data used for this project. This CPI inflation projection, based on market interest rate expectation and other policy measures, this French chart actually presented a pictorial view of the objectives and the workings of the Monetary Policy Committee target. As you can see, this line actually represents the outturn, the actual inflation rate before 2018 up till 2022, up to the middle of 2022. Why this fan area represents the projection so far. Now, the forecast means from mid of 2022 till first quarter 2024, there will be a downward slide, sharp downward slide in inflation, and it is going to be within this range. And going forward between 2024 and 2045, there is going to be further downward slide. So that is just the simple representation of this fan chart. Discussion of results. Taking a cursory look of the large difference in the inflation forecast in the year 2022, that is the year 2021 to 2022, it averaged about 4% points higher than in March 2021. If you look at it, there is a big difference between March 2021 and November 2022. From this chart is from the Office of the Budget and Responsibility. So this disparity is mostly explained by this disparity is explained by the contribution of energy and fuel price inflation as a result of the rising consumer demand for energy intensive manufactured goods and later the Russian invasion of Ukraine also accounted for about 1/3 of the overall difference. It is also worth to note that the forecast made in 2021 and March 2022 foresaw some of these pressures on tradable goods, but were later made even worse by rising energy costs, that is after the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which increased the cost of product with a higher energy content. As a conclusion, the MPC policy actions have included lowering bank rate initially from 0.75% to 0.1%, and they've also implemented a time financing scheme with enhanced incentive for small and medium sized businesses, and they've also expanded the asset purchase program QE, that is quantitative easing, by about £200 billion. The MPC, the Monetary Policy Committee, have also taken action to guarantee that longer term inflation expectations remains at the 2% target. At its most recent meeting sometime in January 2023, the committee decided to raise the bank rate further by 0.25 percentage points, that is from 4% to 4.25%. The government also created in November 2022 the EPG, that is the Energy Price Guarantee Program. Energy Price Guarantee Program took effect from November 2022 to April 2023, giving every household £400 incentive spread across 6 months, which is about £67 every month for 6 months. And the government has also implemented other measures to manage the ensuing inflation in order to combat this spiral inflationary trend. Recommendation. According to the quantitative easing principle, the Bank of England should pick monetary policy implementation measures that interfere with managing public debt the least. They can try as much as possible whatever the quantitative easing principle the Bank of England or the Monetary Policy Committee want to adopt. It should have less or no interference with managing of public debt. If the authority believes that bond yields currently incorporate a default rate premium, but that it will unwind for debt management reasons, the MPC should postpone selling bond, that is the quantitative tightening, in order to avoid the state paying the risk premium for remaining term of the sold bonds, and instead rely solely on raising the bank rate to achieve its price stability objective in the medium term. And this QE transmission channel of the United Kingdom shows the channel at which the MPC and the Bank of England achieve its 2% inflation target. My name is Ismail Olusegun Kuye, a postgraduate student of London Metropolitan University, MSc International Trade and Finance. Thanks for listening. Thank you.